Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome to another FM23 simulation video. This time round, I'm going to simulate Endrick's Real Madrid career in FootballManager to see what they think will happen in this young prospect's career with Real Madrid. For those of you who are unaware, this week, maybe before this week, I'm not entirely sure, but Real Madrid have confirmed the signing of Endrick. Of course, he will not join until 21st of July 2024 because Brazilians cannot leave for Europe, I believe that's the rule anyway, until they turn 18 years of age. So Endrick, as you can see here from my simulation, he'll be joining Real Madrid on 21st of July 2024, his 18th birthday. So for the first two seasons of the simulation here, he'll be playing for Palmeiras still, of course. And also, I'll put the fee down here. It's £52.345 million, which is roughly the estimate of 60 million euros, which Real Madrid are apparently going to pay Palmeiras, for Endrick. So yeah, this video is not. It's not really about seeing how good Endrick will turn out in the game. I think, well, most of us, if you don't know who Endrick is, by the way, then you clearly have been not paying attention to FootballManager very much in recent times. Endrick is the number one wonder kid in the game. That is why Real Madrid have just signed him in real life for not because he's number one FM23 wonder kid, of course, because he's a very, very good prospect, but you get what I'm saying with that. But yeah, this video is not about seeing how good Endrick will turn out, because most of us know that Endrick turns out amazing if he's used correctly, of course. I just want to see how he will do in terms of the Brazilian national setup. Will he get any caps? How many caps will he get? How many goals will he get? Will he win any Ballon d'Ors while playing Real Madrid? Will he even last at Real Madrid? We don't know, because he's joining Real Madrid on the 21st of July 2024. I've set up his contract until 2030. So, yeah, we'll see if he remains at Real Madrid or not. I guess that's the big question for the future of Endrick. Is he going to be good enough for Real Madrid? Well, right now, it looks like he will be, of course, but please remember that he's only 16 years of age still. So, yeah, lots of things can happen still. Remember Freddie Adu? Remember what happened to him? Remember Alexandre Pato as well? What a prospect he was. So, it's not written in the stars fully for Endrick. Of course, long way to go yet before he turns out to be this amazing, amazing player. But it's very, very good signs, that is for sure. And in my opinion, even if Endrick doesn't turn out to be amazing for Real Madrid or the world-class talent he's supposed to be, I can't see how he's going to be anything worse than just a very good player, to be honest. If he's that good now whilst he's 16, it'd be very bizarre if he doesn't turn out to be that amazing. But as I'm saying, this is not about seeing how good Endrick will turn out in the game. It's purely about seeing how his Real Madrid career will go. Will he be an all-time record goal scorer? Will he win multiple Champions Leagues? Will he win the World Cup with Brazil? How many Ballon d'Ors will he win, if any? And yeah, hopefully, FootballManager can predict something quite nice for Endrick at Real Madrid. So, without further ado, I'm going to fast forward things, well, until his retirement date, pretty much. I want to get to see how he's done in the game and what he wins in the game as well. Before we have a look at Endrick and all his accomplishments in the game here, please remember that if you like this video, hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button as well. I'd really appreciate it. So let's get started with Endrick then. Okay, here he is, Endrick. As I said, I'm going to bring you back before he retires, and well, first things first, maybe he shouldn't be retiring. He's 37 now. As you see, the date is 31st of May 2044. We'll get into the other stuff in a minute, but looking at his attributes first of all, he still looks unbelievable, really, doesn't he? If you just looked at him then, of course, he's developed nicely. If he was 15, this is 22 years later, and yeah, 20 flair definitely stands out. And his physicals, you look at his physicals here, they haven't declined too much, but anyway, as I said, this is not looking about how good Endrick turns out. It's just a little bit hard not to be drawn to the attributes here, because they look unbelievable. Anyway, first thing you probably all noticed if you looked over there is his Brazilian record is pretty good. Unfortunately, he couldn't get to 100 caps, but he got very close. He got 97 caps for Brazil and 70 goals. That is one hell of a record. 70 goals for Brazil and 97 caps. Amazing. By the way, he's only on 96k a week for Real Madrid. Well, he's 37 now, so maybe he's taking a big pay cut. I'm guessing he wasn't on such small wages. I say small wages. Yeah, a lot of people would snap your hands off for 96k a week. In terms of being a world-class player at Real Madrid, that's pretty low, isn't it? So now he's an impact sub now, so definitely something to do with his age, in my opinion. One thing to note, of course, as well, is that he's still at Real Madrid. So he's spent his entire career at Real Madrid. If you look at any information, he plans to retire on the 19th of June 2044, so that is in 19 days' time. So he will remain at Real Madrid his entire career, according to FootballManager. It'll be interesting to see that happens in real life. Of course, there's a long way to go before Endrick is retired. Maybe I shouldn't be planning for Endrick's retirement just yet. Maybe I should be planning for my own life. He retired from international football on the 13th of July 2042, so only 2 years ago now, just short of 2 years as well. If you look at his Real Madrid career here then, well, it looks like he had his best period, like his peak period between the years of 2033 to 2039. So apparently, according to FootballManager, that is when we're expected to see the best of Endrick there. But saying that, he's quite good before that as well, and he's quite good a long time after that as well. So yeah, 2030s could be dominated by Endrick. 2020s will be dominated by Haaland and Mbappe. 2030s, Endrick and maybe some other player not even seen yet. We shall, well, guess it's yet to be seen. But according to FootballManager, he turns out rather good in this period here. Well, looking at Endrick's biography here, the first paragraph is quite interesting. Real Madrid icon Endrick. So he wasn't able to become a Real Madrid legend. Not yet, at least, anyway. So icon is still, of course, very good, but didn't quite get into legendary status, such as the likes of Raul, Sergio Ramos, etc. I'm sure that there's many more Real Madrid legends. I just cannot think of them on the top of my head here. See here, though, Real Madrid icon Endrick is truly one of the world's football's global superstars. So he turned out what we expected him to do in terms of a manager here. Also, obviously, this is all about Real Madrid and Endrick pretty much. But Endrick won the Copa Libertadores with Palmeiras in 2023 as well. So that's a major trophy ticked off there. Well, for Real Madrid, he made 562 league appearances and 295 league goals. So it's not quite a Ronaldo record, but it's a pretty darn good record, to tell you the truth there. And here's the honours for Endrick as well. He lifted the Spanish First Division, the La Liga. So he won the La Liga 13 times with Real Madrid. That's pretty good going, it has to be said. Pretty dominant force, Real Madrid and Endrick together, it seems like. He also won the World Cup with Brazil in 2038. So far, it's looking rather good for his career, isn't it? And he won the Champions League 3 times between 2025 and 2035 as well. The UEFA Super Cup twice, the Spanish Cup 8 times, and the Spanish Super Cup 6 times. So with Real Madrid, Endrick has won a lot of trophies, as you'd expect. Not really anything missing here, apart from a Ballon d'Or. We have to check out the Ballon d'Ors in a minute. So according to FootballManager, Endrick's going to have a rather successful career in football and for Real Madrid as well. Will he go down as one of the world's best, according to FootballManager? I don't know, it's hard to say, isn't it? 70 goals in 97 caps for Brazil is pretty insane, to tell you the truth. Pretty insane. Yeah, it's amazing, in fact. Absolutely amazing. The only thing I can see here about his career for manager, it takes him a little bit while to get going. Real Madrid haven't utilised him as much. So if Real Madrid utilised him when he turned 18 straight at the club, then we may be talking about, well, one of the best players ever, but maybe he just falls just short of that, which is not shabby, to tell you the truth, but maybe just short of the likes of the Pelés, the Maradonas, the Messis, Ronaldo, etc. But yeah, interesting to see how it will pan out. But saying that, that's very controversial to say that. As I said, he's won 3 Champions Leagues, 13 La Ligas, 1 World Cup with Brazil as well. He's had pretty good going total. But anyway, has he won a Ballon d'Or? That's what I'm more interested in. Well, unfortunately, Endrick did not win a Ballon d'Or, so that says that he hasn't turned out to be one of the elite players, as I said, the likes of Pelé, Maradona, etc. there. But has he finished in the top 3 at least? Let's check. Well, obviously these are all regions we've not heard of. Pierre-Francois Klaus, by the way, seems to be quite a good region. But anyway, we're not interested in him. Endrick, are you anywhere to be seen? He is. Well, in 2038, Endrick at the age of 31 finished as runner-up in the Ballon d'Or there to none other than Pierre-Francois Klaus. So he did reach number 2 best player in the world, according to FootballManager here. 53 appearances, 37 goals and 13 assists with 7.4% average rating. So they had a very good season that season. 50 goal involvements in 53 games, which is, of course, very nice. Well, unfortunately, he only made the list, the top 3, once, and that was in that year when he was 31. So that's a little bit disappointing. He did have some very good longevity, though, it has to be said. As I said, a 5-6 year period there is unbelievable. But he wasn't ever the best player in the world, according to the manager there, which is a little bit disappointing. Maybe, hopefully, in real life, he can become the best player in the world at some point. The way it's looking like that right now, obviously, is still very early days. You cannot make such ridiculous predictions. But if everything's true about Endrick and if his potential does get fulfilled, then it's highly unlikely he will not win a Ballon d'Or one time in his career. Let's check out some of these other awards here, though. Obviously, we're not too interested in the World Goalkeeper of the Year or the World Golden Glove. Let's check out the Goal 50. No award here for Endrick either. Did he make the top 3 in any of these lists as well? Dominated by Pierre-Francois Klaus again. Well, he was second in the Goal 50 award in the same year as he was in the World Golden Ball, which is, I'm pretty sure, I get these two confused. If it's this one or they have won a Ballon d'Or. But either way, it doesn't make any difference because the same year he finished second to Pierre-Francois Klaus. So, whatever way, they're not too different, these 2 awards, are they? Did he make the top 3 any other occasion? It doesn't look like it. Pretty much the usual suspects here, though. As you expect it will go, but obviously it never happens as you expect it will go. Something always changes, and also there's some player out there none of us have heard of right now who definitely will turn up in one of these lists at some point, that is for sure. Next Gen, did he ever win the Next Gen award? Not as important, but did he ever win the Next Gen award? No, he didn't. Obviously, had to go back to the early days there to see Endrick, of course, when he's a youngster. Now, this is what I mean by when I say in a simulation here. He pretty much was a late bloomer, really. When I say late bloomer, probably about 23, 24 is when he really started to kick on, 22, 23. So, yeah, never won the Next Gen Award as well, which is a little bit down to Real Madrid there. He didn't utilise him as well as they could. Probably should have loaned him out the first couple of seasons. He didn't have much game time there. But anyway, he turned out to be an amazing player. Under 21 Player of the Year, Endrick, dominated by Pedri and Gavi, as you can see here. Endrick, nowhere to be seen, as I said, didn't really get utilised until later on in his career by Real Madrid there, which is a little bit disappointing. Hopefully it's not the same in real life. He did win an award though. He won World Footballer of the Year in 2038. So very bizarre. He's pipped to Pierre-Francois Klaus in these two awards there in the same year, but in this World Footballer of the Year, he won the award. But obviously, this comes down to the actual year, the 2038 year, not the actual season. So he won it then. Pierre-Francois Klaus in second place. So good on Endrick winning that in that year there. He also came third the season after, so he's definitely in around the elite players, that is for sure. 2040 is not there, and after that, of course, he's not there yet. Was he there before? Well, he finished second place in World Footballer of the Year as well in 2030. So maybe he just does all his work between January and January. No idea. 2035 second as well. This is more like a good list here for Endrick, that is for sure. Definitely. I don't quite know what the difference is between World Footballer of the Year and World Player of the Year. Surely that's the same thing. But anyway, he won the World Player of the Year in 2038 as well. So it's a little bit harsh saying he wouldn't win a Ballon d'Or. He kind of won the awards that are like the Ballon d'Or, really, didn't he? In this virtue. As I said, I don't really know quite what the difference is between all these awards. The Goal 50, the World Footballer of the Year, the World Golden Ball. They all seem like the same award to me, to be honest with you. So he won a couple of awards. He won in 2038 again, as I said. So that was definitely his best year, apparently. 2038. I think 2038 was when he won the World Cup with Brazil as well. So that was definitely a memorable year there for Endrick. 2039 he came third. 2037 he came third as well. 2035 he came second. So in the 2030s, Endrick, apparently according to the manager, turns out to be one of the best players in the world, which of course is very, very nice. So that is the video over with, guys. As I said, just seeing how FootballManager will predict Endrick's Real Madrid career. Of course, it can go many different ways than this. He might not be Real Madrid his whole career. He might flop completely. He might turn out even better than this, which is a little bit surprising. But saying, as I said, he could be that best player in the world, especially in the late 2020s, early 2030s, etc. So, yeah, interesting to see how it pan out, but it'll be a long time before we see exactly what happens. But according to the manager, Endrick will turn out to be one hell of a player. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember, if you like the video, to hit that like button for me. Also, if you're new around here, that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and it's much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.